A car repair mechanic defrauded the world's richest investor of $1 billion. Living in a country like America, he did not dare to do this openly. Neither did he run away with the loan, nor he did not look for any bank, but he earned all this money by selling solar panels. His planning was so dangerous that even the biggest industrialist of the world, Warren Buffett, got trapped in his trap. But in the end, he also did this. What did he do? Who was that person who trapped even investors like Buffett in his trap? And most of all, how did his business burst? Once again, welcome in the videos of Wow Mystery. 36-year-old Jeff Karpoff from California started a business with his wife, in which both of them used to earn a living for their children as mechanics. But after some time, their business came to a standstill, and now it became difficult for them to feed their children. The ghost of wealth was in Jeff's mind, so he used to do something all the time to fulfill his dream, but failure always remained his destiny. When his financial condition became very thin, he started selling drugs so that he could support his children. While he could not feed himself, he gradually started getting into debt. It became difficult to pay the house rent and other bills, and doing all this by selling drugs did not seem like a good option to him. Hence, he started looking for a job. He started trying and finally got the job of a solar panel salesman. He used to hold meetings with people all day long to sell solar panels, and due to this, he got the opportunity to know the feedback of the people. After some time, he started buying real-life panels. They are interested, but they are afraid that their solar panels might be stolen. Jeff Karpoff could overcome the fear and make a lot of money because now he had a solid idea. He thought, why not? Something should be done so that people's solar panels can be made safe. If these panels are fixed on a truck or trailer and after using them throughout the day, those trucks are passed to a safe place at night, then this is a good option. Maybe the plan was very good, but there was one issue that Jeff Karpoff was illiterate. He did not have the technical knowledge of how to make this plan successful, so he contacted his brother-in-law, who is a mechanic. After some hard work, both of them prepared a mobile solar generator. It was mounted on a frame under which tires were mounted, and solar panels were fixed on this frame. After using the solar panels, they were locked again. Portable diesel generators were also present in the market, and that too was using Jeff Karpoff energy. The market of portable generators was $3 billion. How to compete in this market? Neither Jeff nor his brother-in-law had any idea about how to convert people from diesel generators to solar generators, but luck was on their side. A customer named Watson used to come to their car repair shop, who was himself a software professional. When he came to know about Jeff's invention, he offered him to form a company. The company was named DC Solar, and Watson and his team also joined it, which was the marketing department, started handling the department. Instead of targeting the general public, he thought of doing big work. He first targeted Hollywood because at that time, diesel generators were used on movie sets, which would create a lot of noise, and in this condition, DC Solar Company, mobile solar generators could have been a good option. Their plan was successful, and their solar panels started being used on the sets of many big films. In 2009, a famous American actor and film producer started using these solar generators. Picture of panels. He started meeting his businessmen and started building his own network. He did not stay without telling about his company even in public gatherings, and within no time, Jeff joined hands with the world-famous law firm Nixon Peabody. During this, he was speaking in the American Congress, passed a law that tripled the tax credit on the value of investment, which meant that any business that purchased solar panels for itself would be refunded on the 30%. This was double profit for the companies. They could save the cost of electricity with solar panels and could also get it from the government at 30%. Along with this explosive offer from the government, Jeff's company, DC Solar, also, a new package was brought in the market in which it was said that now any company can buy solar panels from them by paying only 30% as advance and the rest in installments. You can pay. DC Solar's offer was so explosive that no one could refuse it, because suppose there are solar panels worth $1 lakh, the panels could be booked from DC Solar by paying $30,000. The government will refund them in the form of cashback. That 30% people could install mobile solar panels without spending any money, and they had to pay the remaining 70% amount to DC Solar in the installments. He could easily save the electricity bill and pay it. This was a win-win situation. Due to this, DC Solar's network started growing rapidly. In 2011, Jeff was present in the stadium to watch a baseball match when suddenly he got a message that the famous paint company, Sherwin-Williams, has ordered 192 mobile solar generators. This was Jeff's biggest order, the total amount of which was $29 million. Apart from this, an American bank is working on tax reduction and job creation. This bank want to work with DC Solar Company. Jeff prepared fake documents and through fake statistics convinced American Bank that the demand for solar generators was very high so that he could convince American Bank as a convincing bank. American Bank became the first financial partner of DC Solar. The plan was that in the next few years, it would buy solar generators from DC Solar and lease them to the people, thereby reducing taxes and taxes on the people. The pressure on electricity bills will be reduced. Till now, everything was going well, and then something started happening. The solar generators that were installed on the movie sets started having problems, and they used to shut down again and again, and this was bound to happen, because Jeff and his brother-in-law had prepared them without any knowledge. And the surprising thing was that they often started taking information about the preparation of panels from Google. Gradually, complaints started coming from all the DC Solar customers. When their DC Solar got switched off, they again resorted to diesel generators. When Jeff, who was a common man, started getting so much money, he fell into poverty. His attention got diverted from work, and he started resorting to lies. Preparations for the panel of paint company Sherwin-Williams were also going on. But due to slow speed, only the first row panels were ready, and the deadline had passed. To deceive, the last panels were connected only with the help of nut bolts, whereas in reality the last row panels were not working. But Jeff was busy in his debauchery. He also bought a new house and a new car. When people started not getting the orders on time, no company was ready to take these generators on lease for 5 to 10 years. And without a long lease, DC Solar would not have been able to pay returns and lease payments to its old investors. But Jeff and his team came up with another plan. They secretly created a new scheme to transfer the lease payments from new buyers to the old investors. Will be used to give returns. And apart from this, while declaring itself a solar company, he was also taking millions of dollars from the government treasury in the form of tax credit. DC Solar was also taking the tax money of the American people through fake documents and data. Now it was the turn to make this scheme practical. For this, Jeff was looking for new investors so that the money could be taken from the new investors and given to the old ones. By showing fake data to the investors, he would make it appear that generators were being sold in large numbers, and for this purpose, he would send the generators from one place to another without any reason so that the investors would feel that the demand for generators is very high and some or the other delivery is happening all the time. In this way, investors consider this work as profitable and get ready to invest in it. By doing such things, Jeff also cheated the shell company and grabbed $76 million from them. In 2014, when the IRS Internal Revenue Service tried to investigate the company, DC Solar's legal representative successfully defended the IRS, and DC Solar saved the entire company. The entire company had become a scammer to deceive the investors. In fact, the generators were not being sold, and the cash was not coming into the company from the public, but money was being taken continuously from the investors. Jeff was fooled by the big investors. He was lucky that Valley National Bank wanted to buy solar equipment worth $76 million, and they had asked for a list of companies that provide solar equipment on lease or rent. The name of DC Solar Company was also there in the list, which provides generators, about which it was written that they rent out their 80% generators, whereas in reality this number was only 5%. Valley National Bank also became a victim of this fraud. Like Jeff Karpoff, the insurance company also trapped Geico in its clutches. This company is a branch of Berkshire Hathaway, whose owner Warren Buffett is included in the list of richest people of the world. But here the question arises that how did such a big company get deceived? For this, Jeff acted very cleverly. He bribed an employee of America's big telecommunication company T-Mobile and got him to sign a fake document in which it was said that T-Mobile is leasing 1,000 generators from DC Solar for the next 10 years. And when you have companies like T-Mobile in your portfolio, it becomes easier for other companies to trust. Geico also signed a 3-year agreement in which 8,000 generators were to be purchased, and its cost was $1.2 billion. Initially, Geico also benefited from this deal because it was saving tax on 30%, means $377 million. But in reality, their money was being used to give returns and lease payments to old investors while at this time Jeff's luxury was at its peak. He bought countless villas, more than 100 cars and private jets had also been purchased. Now DC Solar's name had also reached NASCAR. DC Solar's sponsorships also started appearing on cars. That means no one was able to stop Jeff, but now nature has started tightening Jeff's rope. An employee of DC Solar exposed the company, due to which the Securities Exchange Commission and the Federal Bureau of Investigation started investigating the matter and proved the fraud. When this happened, Jeff was arrested. Investigation revealed that Jeff Karpoff was running a Ponzi scheme under the guise of selling generators. That is, he was taking money from new investors and giving it to the old ones, and this type of Ponzi schemes existed only for the first few years. But as soon as the number of new investors decreases, then the real problem starts. In this situation, the company runs away overnight or the owners of the company are caught. While living in a country like America, Jeff ran a billion-dollar Ponzi scheme with big companies of the country. They had made a total of 17,000 solar generators, but only on paper, and fake GPS trackers were shown to the investors as if we had so many solar generators running in the market, whereas in the investigation it was found that those GPS trackers were actually not on the generators, but were buried in the ground at different locations. 9th November 2021, Jeff Karpoff was sent to jail for 30 years, along with his wife, and 5 more people were also sentenced for having association with this scheme. We hope that you will like and share this video of Wow Mystery. Thank you very much for your loving comments. See you in the next great video.